Good afternoon, I'm Engineer Perfecto Padilla. The Civil Engineering Board exam is just around the corner. We can already smell it. It's less than a month before the April 2023 board exam. In regards to this, I am inviting you to enroll and to attend our coaching program in full preparation for that forthcoming board exam. I guarantee you that this coaching program will mean a lot, will contribute a lot to pass, to top the board exam. In this coaching program, we will be discussing forecast problems and latest board exams. So it will really be an advantage, a great advantage to familiarize yourself in the trending of the board exam. So, and also familiarize yourself with the actual board exam problems. So, when you are familiar with the problems and the simplified solution and approach, and even the answers, then it would really be an advantage. This is a program you cannot afford to miss. In order to enroll, click the link below on PadillaReviewCenter.com and choose Enroll. Now, how do we solve the day of a certain date of a certain year? For example, in November 2022 board exam, what day is January 1, 1901? How do we find it? Now, the key, number one, is knowing a certain reference that is easy to remember. January 1, 2001 is an easy to remember year. So we will be using this as our reference date and reference day. The first day of January 1 is Monday. So this will be the calendar during January 2001. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We will associate these numbers to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we are using January 1, 2001 as reference. So that is 1, 2001, and the day is Monday. So I am using the associated number 1 for Monday. So all of these are 1, 1, 1, 1. You get it? So it is really a special number. Okay? Now, another thing to remember here is the rule for leap year. There are techniques in the internet shown, but they miss to include this rule. Okay? This is an important rule because this is a rule of exception. So, in here, remember that a year is a leap year if it ends with 2 zeros. It is a leap year if it is divisible by 400. Meaning, when you divide it by 400, if it is exact, there is no remainder, then it must be a leap year. But if the year doesn't end with 2 zeros, we don't use the rule of 400. But we have to use the rule of 4. Dito natin natutuhan yung every 4 years leap year. But that is not an absolute rule because every 100 years is not a leap year except every 400 years. The rule of 400 prevails than rule of 4 when the year ends with 2 zeros. For example, 1900. All of these years, every 100 years, every century ends with 2 zeros. So the rule is divisibility by 400. If we divide this by 400, what we will get will be 4.75. It is not exact. It is not a leap year. Meaning there is no plus 1 day, there is no February 29. Okay? Alright. So, year 2000, so, buhay na kayo ng year 2000, right? So, divide this by 400, the answer is equal to 5. It is exact. So this is a leap year. You get it? Now, divide 2,100 by 400, divide 2,200 by 400. This is 5.25, 5.5, 5.75. So all of these are not a leap year. There is no plus 1 day. You get it? There is no February 29. But year 2400 divide by 400, you will get this as exactly equal to 6. This is a leap year. Again, the next 3 centuries after this, 2,500, 2,600, 2,700, divide them by 400. Divide them by 400. You'll get here 6.25, 6.5, 6.75. So all of these are not divisible by 400. So these 3 years are not leap year. But year 2800 divided by 400, you will get an exact answer of 7. So this is a leap year. But the next 3 centuries, 2900, 3000, 3100, you divide this by 400. So you'll get here, divide by 400, divide by 400, you'll get here 7.25, 7.5, 7.75, not exact. So these 3 are not leap year. But 3200 divided by 400, this is going to be 8. So this is a leap year. So just watch for these dates, these exceptions. Every 4 years is a leap year except on these years. 2100, 2200, 2300, 2500. So it is a leap year every 4 years except, I repeat, on these dates. So you will understand the significance later. Okay. Now, how do we compute or how do we find the day of a certain date? For example, January 1, 2023, you subtract the reference. January 1, 2001. You subtract that. So this will be January is 1, 1 minus 1, 0, 1 minus 1, 0, 2023 minus 1, this is 22. The difference in year, you multiply it by 5 days in every 4 years. Or this is 5 days every 4 years. What do you mean? Every year, there is an additional of 1 day. What do I mean with that? January 1, 2001 is a Monday. But January 1, 2002 will be a Tuesday. January 1, 2003 will be a Wednesday. So there would be an extra plus 1 day the next year. But during the leap year that happens every 4 years, there will be an extra 1 day, right? So that's why it is an extra additional of 5 days every 4 years. So the difference in year, you multiply by 5 over 4 or 1.25. Okay? So what you will get here, 22 times 5 over 4 or times 1.25. So this is 27.5. Just neglect the 0.5. Now, you divide this number by 20 by 7. Why 7? Every 7 days, the day repeat. 1 plus 7, 8, it's Monday. Plus 7, 15, it's Monday. So when you add 7 to a date, the day will be the same. Okay? So that is why we divide this by 7. 27 divided by 7. What we are after of is the remainder. Because if you divide it by 7, then there is an excess of 2 days, then it's not a Monday. It's 1 plus 2, it would be a Wednesday. Okay, so that's why we are after the remainder. So, in here, 27 divided by 7, what you will get here will be 3 remainder, what? Remainder 6. You get it? You follow? Okay? So, there is a remainder of 6. Since our reference day is January 1, 2001, the reference day is day number 1, Monday. So, you add 6 days, the remainder. So, the day is 1 plus the remainder. Monday, the reference day, plus the remainder 6. So, this is 7. 7 is associated with Sunday. So, January 1, 2023 is a Sunday. Do you follow? You get it? Let us have another example. What if the days are different? The dates are different. For example, example number 2. What about April 15? April 15, 2023. Okay? How do we handle this? This is it. So, you subtract the reference day. A reference day or date is January 1, 2001 with a reference day of 1 Monday. So, how do we subtract? We need the order or order of date, the ordinal date, not the April 15. April 15 is what day of the year 2023. This is it. January is 31. February is 28. March is 31, right? So, all in all, this is already 90 days. So, March 31 is the 90th day of the year, right? Correct. It is the 90th day of the year. So, 90 is March 31 plus 15. So, you just add here 90 days. This is for January to March. Okay? You add 90 days. So, April 15 will be, it's the 105th day of the year. So, 105 minus 1, you will get here, what? You'll get here 104. Okay? Then, 2023 minus 2001, this is going to be 22 years. You multiply the years by 1.25, you'll get here 27.5. Then, neglect the 0.5. So, it is 27 plus 104. So, the difference in the ordinal date meaning 105th day minus first day, the reference. So, this plus this, you'll have 104 plus 27. The answer divided by 7. These are the excess number of days. So, we are only after the remainder. Okay? So, to do this, it's easier if you will use the F5 key. F5 is quotient remainder. You input the numerator 104 plus 27, that is 131. You input the denominator 7, press equals. Your calculator will give you the quotient and the remainder. So the quotient is 18, the remainder is 5. Then R plus 1 is the day of the week. or day of the date. So this is equal to 5 plus 1, 6. This is the day of the week. 6 is pinned with Saturday. So April 15, 2023, our anniversary, wedding anniversary ng wife ko, no, will be a Saturday. You follow? You get it? Okay. What about October 10, 2101? What is this? What is the day of this in our reference week? Monday, Tuesday, or Sunday, no? So, you just change this to ordinal number, ordinal date. Meaning, pang ilan yung October 10 sa year 2101. This is it. January is 31, February is 28, March is 31, so this is already a total of 90 days. Then April, May, and June are 30, 31, 30. This is another 91. 90 plus 91, this is 181 days. Then, July, August, September. July and August are 31, 31. So this is 30. So this is 92 days. 181 plus 92, this is 273 days. Then plus the October, so from here, January to September is 273. September 30 is the 273rd day of the year. Then, for October, next to September is October. So, plus 10 days, no? So, you have 273 plus 10 days. So, the ordinal date of October 10 is 273 plus 10, 283, 20, 101. This is the equivalent ordinal date. So, you subtract the reference date. Our reference date is January 1, which is the first day of 2001. This is a reference date, right? First day of 2001, and this is the day 1 representing Monday. Day 1 of a reference week. So, this is a Monday. Now, if we subtract 2,101 minus 2001, this is 100, right? Correct? Now, 283 minus 1, this is 282. You follow? Okay. So, this is just waiting for the result of this. You multiply this by 1.25, 0.25, because every 4 years, there would be an additional of 1 day. Okay? So, aside from the 1 day additional, so 5 days per 4 years. So, this is going to be 125 extra days supposed to be. But from January 2001 to October 10, 2101, dumaan yan sa year 2100, which is not a leap year. Every 4 years from here to here is leap year, except 1 day, which is this one. February 2100 is not February 29. There is no plus 1. So we subtract minus 1 from this. This will just be 124 because of the exception. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, no? Yung mga makikita natin sa internet, sasablay pag nadaanan tong mga exception dates na to. Okay? Or exception years. So, this will just be 124. 282 plus 124 plus 124, this is going to be 406. So let us count the number of cycles of 7 days and find the remainder. So you divide 406 by 7. So we use up 5, which gives us the quotient and the remainder. 406, the numerator, 7, the denominator, equals. So the quotient is 58, the remainder is 0. Okay? So, in here, R plus 1 is going to be equal to 0 plus 1, 1. October 10, 2001 is 1. This 1 is Monday of a reference week. So, October 10, 2101 will be a Monday. Do you follow? Okay. What about this one? January 1, 1901. What day is that? This time, paatras siya dun sa reference date natin. Right? You follow? How do we now do it? If it is earlier than our reference date, 11201, Monday. Okay? How do we do it? This one. So what about January 1, 1901? In terms of ordinal date, January 1 is the first day. So this is 1/1901. The question is, what day is this? Okay? So, our reference, you subtract our reference. Our reference date is January 1, which is the first day of 2001. This time, this is bigger than this. If we're going to subtract 1 minus 1, cancelled, this minus this, 100 years, right? Correct. So, temporarily, let me neglect first the negative. But this is negative value, paatras. Pagka forward, the date is forward, that is beyond January 1, 2001, you add the remainder to the reference date. But if it is backward, you subtract the remainder to the reference date 1 or 8. This time we will use 8 to represent the reference date January 1, which is Monday. So in here, 100, you multiply this by 1.25. This is 125 extra days. Now, from 1901 to 2001, you pass through in between that is year 2000, right? Correct? But year 2000 is not an exception because it is a leap year. So, there is no adjustment to 125, right? So, this will stay 125. Then, 125 divided by 7. So, this is up 5, quotient, remainder, 125,7, so equals. So the quotient is, and the remainder is, so you have here 17, and then the remainder is 6. So this is the remainder to be subtracted from the reference day. So the reference day, since 6 is bigger than 1, we use 8. So 8 plus the remainder, which is minus 6. So this is 2 days. Right? So it means January 1, 1901 is day number 2. So day number 2 of the reference week. Day number 2 of a reference week is Tuesday. You follow? You get it? So the final answer must be referred to this reference week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that is the day corresponding to R plus 1 or 1 plus R. But if the remainder is negative because it is a backward computation, so use 8 as your reference day or reference number. You follow? Okay?
Are you preparing to take the CE licensure exam? Here in Padilla Review Center, we offer online review for civil engineers and variety of other courses. Enrollment is ongoing. Visit our official website to enroll. Are you struggling with your major engineering subjects? Let us help you out. Here in Padilla Review Center, we have subject mastery courses you could enroll for 1,000 pesos per course. What are you waiting for? Enrollment is ongoing.